Hey, yep, hey YouTube. Well, we're out for a fall ride. I guess I need to point you up a little bit. I should just bring a tripod. So, we're out on a fall ride. There's quite a few riders out here today, so I don't know if I'll make a very long video. I just wanted to talk about what to wear and what to expect on fall rides. First off, your lithium battery isn't going to last as long. You're going to lose probably, let's say normally I'd have about 28 miles of range when I got to this. It's actually a lot farther than that, but the Trek updates the range estimates every 1/10 of a mile. So I've been climbing up a hill, so it says 22 miles, but it's actually a little more than that. But anyway, you lose quite a bit. Whereas normally I would make it 10.5 miles before I lost one bar off my display. And unlike the electric, once it's gone, it's gone. It doesn't ever recover back up until you put the charger in. So I'm going to say you lose between 6 and 8 miles of range when it's cold out, below 60 degrees. Your bike may be different, and it depends if the battery was stored inside. I don't start moving the batteries inside until it gets down towards freezing. Then I start worrying about when it gets too cold for me to ride. Then I bring the batteries in. Let's just put it that way. 50 is good biking weather. It's 50, 51 or 52 degrees out here. So keep that in mind. Next is don't overdress. If you're warm within the first mile on your bike, you're probably dressed too warm. You probably sweat a lot because you'll be too warm by the time you've got 4 or 5 miles in. So I would make sure that you dress so that you feel a little cool when you go outside. Not cold, cool. I'm wearing, this is a rain jacket, so it blocks the wind, and a sweatshirt. Carry an extra set of gloves. Probably long finger. Have your regular gloves which you ride on every ride, and long finger gloves for in case your fingers get cold out there, and that's a real possibility. So I would carry an extra set of gloves with you just in case. I wear these nylon pants because they don't bunch up when you're riding. I wear them year round. Sometimes in the wintertime I wear jeans. People look at me like I'm crazy. I'm out here out on the trail with jeans on, but they're comfortable. Why not? Other than that, so you can bring your battery in and warm it up. It's really easy on this bike. I just got to remember to keep the keys somewhere where I can unlock the battery and take it in the house. It's not like electric where you have to unfold the bike, take the key out, or newer bikes don't have to have the key in it, but I have to have the key out, and then I can unfold the bike, or fold the bike I should say, take the battery out, fold it back up, and in the wintertime I always grease any aluminum that's exposed, especially if you store it in a cold garage, because you got galvanic corrosion that can happen. So you want any piece of aluminum on the bike covered. And on my bike, the folding hinge and where the battery is, that whole flange around there's the paint's all gone. So I cover that with grease, and then I fold the bike, and I'm good to go. It's also a good time to decide whether your bike needs to be serviced. If you on the electric, the only thing that's serviceable is the headset and the front wheel bearings. So in the headset, I would say you only need to service every 2 years unless you run in the water a lot. If you're getting a lot of rain and or splashes or something up on that high on your bike, then you probably should do it every year. But the wheels should be done every year, irregardless. It'd be a good time to take it off the bike and take it to. You don't need to take the whole bike. Take it off the bike and take it to the your local bike shop. They won't know it's on an electric bike, and tell them you need the wheel trued and serviced, and it'll be cheaper than bringing the whole bike because they're going to assume you want the whole bike serviced. You could take most bike shops don't have a way to true the back wheel because it's too wide, but some of them may have a truing stand that's wide enough for it. Otherwise, they have to true it on the bike, and it's not ideal, but that might be the way it has to be done. But the front wheel, most truing stands will take the front wheel no problem. So on the Trek that I'm riding, the only thing that's serviceable are the wheel bearings. So this, I'm not going to do it this fall because by the time I stop riding, it's snow on the ground, and then I usually just do it in the spring. And this, they haven't needed it yet. They're pretty well sealed, but when you start seeing, you know you have a problem when you look down at where the hub of the wheel is and the rotor is, and you see grease stains on your rotor, then you need to get that wheel serviced because that grease came out of that wheel, and now there's probably little or nothing left. You could service it yourself, but you need a couple of cone wrenches. I don't know the size off the top of my head, but keep in mind you do need tools to do it. The cone wrenches are probably a couple bucks a piece on Amazon, probably $5 a piece on Amazon, and it takes 2 of them. You could actually get away with 1 and a crescent wrench, but you can't do it with 2 crescent wrenches usually. Usually you need a thin one. It's not so much to take the wheel apart, it's to put the wheel back together. And whatever you do, if you service your own wheel, only take the cones off one side. Don't take them off both sides, because then you play trying to get it centered back up on the threaded axle part. Just take one side off, you can pull the axle out, service it, and you need to make sure that you put it back the same way it came out, because those cones wear in where the bearings ride, and if you don't put it back in the same place, then you end up it's going to be really rough, and it's going to cut another bearing surface, and the ball bearings might not survive it. But keep that in mind. You can buy ball bearings at any bike shop. Just walk in there with an example of what you have, and almost any of them will have those loose bearings available. Got to put it back the way it was. If it had rubber seals on the axle, put the rubber seals back. Keep that in mind. Those rubber seals are hard to come by, especially since they're not universal. They only fit the bike that they're designed to fit. So battery, the range is going to be degraded quite a bit, more than you're used to. Clothing, dress appropriately, don't overdress, and take a snack with you because you burn more energy when it's cold out. You might normally be able to ride your whole ride and not have any problems, but even people that aren't diabetic can have a low blood sugar on a bike ride. I've seen it happen. They're not diabetics and they start getting grumpy. Better have a Snickers. So have a great day. I'm going to get out there before this video gets too long, because it's right about 10 minutes right now. I know because my light just shut off. And get out there and ride. Fall's the best time of the year to ride. No bugs, not a single mosquito out here today. A little windy, a little cold. I'm hoping the mosquitoes all get killed off in the next week so you can come out here. It went straight from fall to winter here. Well, straight from summer to winter here. Last week we were in the 80s. This week we're going to be in the 50s, in the low low 40s. So yeah, typical Michigan. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Have a great day. Oh, that was a wasted time.